How to keep going. The journey of life is often described as a tumultuous sea, with its waves crashing relentlessly, threatening to overwhelm us. It's a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that test the very essence of our being. In the face of this ever-churning sea, how do we find the strength to persevere, not just to endure, but to thrive? The concept of perseverance has intrigued philosophers and thinkers for centuries. Albert Camus, an absurdist philosopher, famously likened life to the eternal task of Sisyphus, pushing a boulder up a mountain only to have it roll back down, repeating the cycle for eternity. He wrote, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy." This paradoxical idea raises an essential question. How do we persevere well? How do we persevere with happiness and purpose in a world where we are continually challenged? Fortunately, the Stoics, ancient philosophers who developed a philosophy that emphasizes rationality, virtue, and inner strength, provide us with timeless wisdom on how to navigate the turbulent waters of life. They not only wrote about perseverance, but also lived it, facing plagues, exiles, imprisonment, and wars with resilience and fortitude. In this exploration, we will delve into 7 valuable Stoic lessons on how to keep going, drawing from their wisdom and guidance. Lesson 1. Accept your fate. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once advised, do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy. In essence, he encourages us to embrace our fate and confront hardship with an unwavering spirit. Hardship provides a platform for us to reveal our true character, to demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity. Stoics propose that we should not merely tolerate suffering, but rather, we should love our fate amor fati. This means accepting every moment, even the most excruciating ones, as integral to the human experience. Consider the improbability of your existence. The chance of you coming into being was astonishingly small. From the specific sperm fertilizing that particular egg to every event leading to your birth. Your very existence is a testament to the triumph of life over astronomical odds. Therefore, even your suffering is remarkable, and in a way, beautiful. Accepting your fate does not imply that you must passively acquiesce to life's difficulties. Instead, it means acknowledging that hardship is an inevitable part of existence. By embracing every moment, even the agonizing ones, you find the courage to act. This perspective shows that you are not powerless. You are actively participating in the profound experience of life. Lesson 2. Don't complain. The great Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius, reminds us not to give in to the temptation of complaining. He advises, everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. If it's unendurable, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. Complaining is often the voice of surrender, a declaration that you are not up to the challenge. It's an acknowledgement that the difficulties you face will conquer you. Stoics argue that complaining is a self-defeating act, as it only serves to exacerbate the suffering. It weakens your resolve and prevents you from enduring with dignity. Aurelius goes further, emphasizing that you can endure almost anything by framing it as endurable. By maintaining a mindset that sees hardship as bearable, you increase your capacity to overcome it. Complaining, on the other hand, is a self-sabotaging act that undermines your ability to act virtuously in adversity. To exercise virtue in the face of challenges, one must have mastery over their own thoughts and reactions. Lesson 3. Realize it's not the end of the world. Epictetus advises us to detach ourselves from the belief that our suffering is the worst possible thing that can happen. He implores us not to say, I have lost it, but rather, I have returned it. This Stoic wisdom may appear harsh, but it holds a profound lesson. By reframing our hardships as returns or transitions, we adopt a perspective that distances us from the personalization of our struggles. The universe existed long before us, and it will persist long after us. Likewise, our existence predates our current tribulations and will extend beyond them. In the grand scheme of existence, our sufferings, no matter how severe or temporal, The world continues to spin, and so will you. Life is not solely about suffering. It is contingent upon suffering. Embracing this perspective, we can remain steadfast in our commitment to virtuous living, regardless of life's difficulties. As Diane, in the final episode of BoJack Horseman, aptly puts it, sometimes life's a bitch and then you keep living. Life's challenges are not perpetual, they are transient. Our best response is to persevere with virtue no matter what we face. Lesson 4. Don't just sit there and take it. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and statesman, emphasizes the importance of taking proactive steps to regain control of our lives when faced with adversity. He states, putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. Stoics recognize that to persevere is not merely to endure, but to engage actively in the process of overcoming. Perseverance demands action, rational response, and the pursuit of virtuous conduct even in the face of adversity. The Stoic approach to adversity is not one of resignation, but of resilience. It entails a commitment to responding thoughtfully to hardships, seeking the most virtuous course of action, and persevering immediately. In this active approach, we regain control of our lives, becoming architects of our destinies rather than passive victims. Lesson 5. Demand better, don't just want better. Epictetus exhorts us to demand the best for ourselves, to reject complacency, and to strive for a good life. He reminds us that we have the power to shape our destinies. The alternative to persevering is to accept mediocrity, to settle for an ordinary life. The Stoics recognized that one way or another, life will come to an end. Whether we choose to persevere or not, our existence has a finite timeline. In the face of adversity, we can either accept it or strive to overcome it. As Epictetus eloquently puts it, you are no longer a boy, but a full-grown man. If you are careless and lazy now and keep putting things off and always deferring the day after which you will attend to yourself, you will not notice that you are making no progress, but you will live and die as someone quite ordinary. Perseverance is a choice, a decision to demand the best from life and to resist complacency. It is an assertion of our agency in shaping our destiny, even in the midst of hardship. Lesson 6. Stop torturing yourself. Epictetus offers a profound insight into the nature of suffering when he asserts, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Often, our suffering is largely self-inflicted. When difficulties arise, we tend to internalize them, attributing them to our character or intelligence. For example, rather than saying, I lost my job because I didn't meet the requirements, we might say, I lost my job because I'm lazy and stupid. The difference between these two statements is significant. The latter is a judgment, a harsh self-assessment, while the former is a factual account. We suffer less when we rationally examine why things happen and avoid personalizing these events. Taking responsibility for our actions is essential, but it can be done without self-torment. Recognizing that not everything is entirely our fault can provide the courage to act and resolve our difficulties. Lesson 7. Use your resources. Epictetus reminds us that as humans, we possess the unique ability to be rational in the face of adversity. When confronted with hardships, our natural instinct may be to go into survival mode, reacting impulsively. However, Stoicism suggests a different approach. We have the capacity to respond with virtue and reason. By practicing restraint and taking a moment to reflect, we can resist the urge to react hastily. Not everything requires an immediate response, and not every difficulty demands a reaction born of fear or anxiety. We have the choice to pause, reflect, and act thoughtfully. This Stoic lesson encourages us to utilize our inner resources, such as reason and virtue, to navigate challenges and preserve our dignity. We must not allow every hardship to trigger a reflexive survival response, but instead consider the virtuous path forward. The Stoic philosophy offers invaluable lessons on how to persevere in the face of life's challenges. To persevere is not merely to endure, but to act with strength, resilience, and virtue. We must accept our fate, refrain from complaining, Recognize that difficulties are not the end of the world and actively engage in overcoming them. Demanding the best for ourselves and refusing complacency is an essential aspect of Stoic perseverance. Moreover, we must avoid self-torment and utilize our inner resources, such as reason and virtue, to navigate adversity. These Stoic lessons serve as a timeless guide for those seeking to navigate the often tumultuous journey of life with grace, resilience, and a commitment to virtuous living. By incorporating these principles into our daily lives, we can persevere with purpose and find strength in the face of adversity. Consider subscribing to our channel